beautiful.
Welcome to the Matrix.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yo, we got our boy Ryan Owens over here, social media guru when it comes to videography, anything that you need when it comes to marketing or producing wonderful films. How's it going today, Ryan?
I like that, wonderful films.
You know what I mean? When you need a
I know what you
producer, how to
mean.
get it,
I
got
like that.
it.
We're directing and protecting. Hey, thank you for having me. I'm here with it's February, right?
Yeah, it's February.
February, yes.
Febreze. You know, I wish I owned the Febreze empire. You know.
Well, you guys look like you got an empire going on here. I mean, this office is it's deep.
Yeah. There's
a lot of rooms.
It's got a good length. I mean, we definitely got some spaces here for rent because we're really not using any more anytime soon because we started outsourcing editing, so it's a lot cheaper.
Editing. That is the roadblock for sounds like photographers and videographers.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I mean, a lot of these people out here, they got a whole fucking warehouse full of people editing, but honestly, it's cheaper to just outsource that shit to Vietnam, Denmark, the Norwegian area. Because because you get to like focus on just shooting. You want to shoot to produce the best quality film, and then after that, you can do a little bit of retail when it comes to letting people know.
And you get a consistent product because what we were facing trouble with was having a consistent product because one editor might not edit the same as the other. So our editing company, what they do is they put it through a process, and then all the editor has to do is just tweak it a little bit. So that's how you get a more consistent product. You start looking out the windows, which is really hard for those of you who don't know. We do real estate photography. And
do it good.
And do it good. Yeah, do it right. That's why we got our customers coming back.
What is it, Sean? CPR?
CPR, consistent, predictable, repeatable. That's what you get with the Brave Framework.
Wait, you save lives, but you also save listings. And one thing that Ryan knows about is like when it comes to video marketing, when it comes to social media, I mean, we know TikTok is huge. Ryan, what have you seen to help small businesses produce better marketing to attract more leads?
Okay, so run that by me again, real quick. Hit me with that again.
So what can small businesses do in this generation now? Right. To produce better marketing with better videos, and that's what you do.
Okay, well, first of all, for a long time, being somebody who was in mortgage and title and being my value add was going out and teaching, people how to do it on their own. And it's easier to do it ever than before to do it on your own. But what I found out is, and why I started my business was really because it is extremely difficult to stay consistent with yourself and to do it, be the editor, the producer, create the content, keep the social media managed, or pay an in-house person or a full team thousands and thousands of dollars a month. You've really got to I think you really need to find a talented team that can help you out outsourcing making that content. So we're batch filming. So one thing you can do yourself if you're doing it yourself is not try to come up with a piece of content every single day. Your day gets crazy, does it not? It
does, always.
The day gets crazy. So determining, first of all, what does the audience, who is my audience? You got to know that. Then you got to figure out the content that's going to go out to them. So things like answerthepublic.com, great resource to type in a 2-keyword that describes your industry, and you're going to get Google Analytic content that people are searching for right now. So you make content about that, but don't do it every day. Plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Set aside time on the calendar and batch film. And batch filming is create 10, 12 videos that day. And then send those off to an editor. You can use Fiverr.com. You can use Upwork. You can find an editor that'll help you out for pretty cheap right there. So I just really recommend not trying to take it on by yourself every single day. Outsource an editor. Create 10 to 12 pieces of content on a day where you're high energy, and have another. So 2 days a month, you can create content for the entire 30, 45 days worth of content.
So with your new business that you created, or not a new business, a business that's been going on and you've been helping small businesses really market to the audiences, what do you feel has changed in you personally from working for somebody else and then being the boss?
Oh man, it's a whole different ball game. So you have got to be organized.
Yes.
You got to have a calendar. You've got to stay on top of your game. Being a W-2 employee, it's pretty easy. You know when to show up. You know when to go home. You know when the paychecks are coming in. You might need to stay a little scheduled, but we're running your own business. First of all, if you have the desire to do it, you've got to make it happen. This is the time. You might think that you hear the sky's falling, the economy's coming down, we're going into a recession, the world's falling apart. It is for everyone else, not for you. It is for when Jay-Z. There was something Jay-Z video I saw not too long ago. He's like, it didn't work out for you. It's gonna work out for me. I'm not you. So you've got to create your own economy right now. I don't care what you hear. If you have the pool to be an entrepreneur, you've got to get it started. And really the difference between W-2 and the freedom involved with business I'm less than a month in. So I'm less than a month in right now.
Shit.
So we just got started.
Damn.
But I've already replaced my W-2 income.
But with how you portray
through fear.
And that's the thing. I was going to say the portrayal of how you the confidence that I feel off of you. It feels like you've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, 10 years.
Well, because I set myself up knowing one day I was going to do this. So as I was being the value add guy at the title company or the mortgage company, I was injecting what I ultimately wanted to be my purpose into what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I put my purpose in my position. So the position I had, I put the video marketing in there. I put the teaching. I put the eventually setting myself up stone by stone while I'm in a W-2 position, because I knew one day I would branch off, use all the skills. So I basically used my position as a training ground for what I was going to do when I decided to get off the painkiller of a salary in a W-2, because it's a painkiller. If you have the pain of not doing your own thing, when you know you're supposed to be the boss, you know that you've got a talent and skill to give to the world, and you're taking that W-2 and salary. I get it. I have 2 kids at home. I got a wife. It's scary as shit.
I agree.
I hope we can use some S words in here. Okay, cool. But it's scary. It's scary. But on the other side of uncomfortability is all your dreams, man.
Yeah.
All of it.
So when was the turning point? Where did you cross that threshold of, hey, listen, I'm going to quit my job? Did you have to have like a X amount in your savings, and then you're like, oh, okay, now I feel comfortable taking that leap of faith on myself because I know I'm better than the employee that they hired?
So I honestly didn't have a ton of savings stepped up. Now I had the equipment that I know that I needed. I had invested in cameras and monitors and audio equipment, and so I had like the things that I would need to proceed. But you know what? It was a little scary even more because I'm like, I don't have a ton of money saved up right now. I did eliminate a little bit of debt to give myself a little bit of cushion to get out there. But really, I had to rely on knowing I have a network. When you get online, everyone thinks I got to have 1 million subscribers. I know people with 14 million subscribers that are broke as hell. I know people that are millionaires that have never made a video. Okay, so I need a nifty 50. And I knew that I had got at least 50 people in my network that need what I was going to bring to the marketplace. And I was just going to rely on that and get out there. I did some market research before I got out there. I didn't have a ton of savings though, man. I had to make it happen. And I don't even recommend too big of a surplus because
then you feel too comfortable.
Too comfortable. It's like, I can hold off a little bit. I don't need to make that call today. I figured that out. You get right into it when you know that, hey, I got to make this happen.
How was that feeling when you walked up to your boss, if this is the way it came down, and said, hey, listen, I'm not quitting because I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right.
I'm quitting to work for myself. How did you feel? Because when I did it, I can tell you, it was the best feeling in the world. I was nervous as shit.
Yeah.
I was shaking because of all the adrenaline.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was fantastic. It was awesome.
Right.
How'd you feel when that happened?
I mean, it's nerve-wracking because, again, you've got this comfortability of money coming in regularly. Yeah. You just do what you do. You got money coming in every 2 weeks. There it is in the deposit. They even paid early. I'd even get paychecks a little earlier.
Right? Yeah, Thursday you get your paycheck. You're like, holy shit! I wasn't supposed to get paid until Friday.
Every aspect of it's scary, but so exciting. It wasn't like nervousness. It was excitement that you could say was nervousness. You could like say, "Oh, I'm nervous as shit," but it's really I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited because when you do this, you just got to know. You don't do it because I might. Yeah, it may work out. Yeah. this could be something. You need to know, and I knew. So it was definitely difficult to have that conversation because it's like. You still have that little part of you that's like, oh, I don't know. There's just that little piece. But
you know what?
Can be really loud.
You need a little bit of doubt just to humble yourself sometimes.
No doubt.
Because you can't, 100% confidence is great, but 99%.
I don't have 100% confidence.
I know, 99.
But it sounds like it, baby.
But no, you say that a little bit, yeah. So that 99% confident, 1% doubt, that 1% doubt always keeps you in check, from making a bad move or making a good move. You're always thinking to yourself, okay, if I do this, the doubt is going to line up all the things that can go wrong, but the 99% is going to say, hey, I can take it on. I can make this happen because I am the person who controls my life.
That's exactly right. I do control my life, and there's two things also that I thought of that really pushed me too. I want to be able to tell my kids, because I see my kids are growing up so fast. I had to be able to tell them, you can do whatever you want to do. Now, if I am going to get sucked into this salary and not do what I wanted to do and just sit back and be small and play for someone else and help build someone else's business, which I've done numerous times through marketing and sales and these other things, I wouldn't be able to say that. I can't stomach that. I had to at least go out and try to, I don't call it fail, I'll call it learn. I replace failure with learn. I had to go out and learn because I need to be able to say that to my kids. And another thing too, I don't just operate, I'm not a religious person. I grew up in religion, but I'm not a religious person. Not either. I am connected. I know personally that there is a higher power that I operate from when I go out and not fear. When I'm going against fear, which is the ego, which is the devil, whatever you want to call that fear and label it. Mm-hmm. But I operate and I know that there's something higher that when I make decisions, if I'm decisive, intentions are cool, goals are cool, but decisions are really what get backed up by some higher power. So I made a decision and I really knew that there was something else out there that would help me along the way. Yeah, so I do believe that.
I think Napoleon Hill wrote a book and it was called Think and Grow Rich. Okay. Yeah, and what he calls what you're talking about is the ether. You put something out there in the ether, and if it's positive, what you're going to get reciprocated is also positivity. And that, I think, is what you're kind of alluding to, in my opinion.
Yeah, you just got to look back. Look at all the things you thought were going to kill you. I know you've had them. I know you've had them. I know the people listening have had them. How many times do you think it's over? This is my last moment. This is it. You've survived 100% of that shit. All the things you thought were going to kill you, you are 100% survivor, and that's gonna continue. Yeah, it's gonna continue, man. So we, I keep seeing. I got the kids. They're a real barometer on how fast life's moving.
And that's what I was going to tell you, Ryan. When it comes to you did it with a family, and that's one of the hardest things. I did it when I was single. He did it when he was single. When you have wife, family, kids, I mean, to be able to be able to take that risk, how did you do it?
Man, you know what? One of the biggest decisions you'll ever make as a man is deciding who your partner is going to be. Now, we don't have a perfect relationship. We have struggled. I moved to Florida after getting outside of my comfort zone, pushed by Jim Rohn, listening to fools like that, and Zig Ziglar, get outside your comfort zone. I decided to move 1,000 miles away. Within 60 days, I had a woman pregnant that I met on plentyoffish.com.
Holy shit. You're now wife?
My current wife, yes. Now, believe it or not, love her.
Edit this out.
Love her, but you know what? It ended up. I ended up being very fortunate that she turned into and is the woman that she is, because without her support, I cannot do this. So men out there that are single, and again, it's not a perfect relationship, but she supports me and believes in me.
She's in your corner.
Yeah, she causes me a lot of trouble sometimes, because that's what women do. They will find pieces in your armor, and they will find the weak spots, and they will poke the shit out of it. That's what they do. You just have to accept that. But she supports me. So without that support, I would not be able to do this.
It sounds like you listen to a lot of motivational videos. I want to ask an opinion on who do you think your favorite is? I can tell you who my favorite is, and it's Les Brown. And the reason being is because he's got such a great quote that I try to live my day by. It says, if life knocks you down, land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. That sold me on Les Brown, man. From then on, I listened to all his stuff.
Yeah. Les Brown is so good. I mean, in the early 2000s, leading up, mid 2000s, I was getting in too much trouble with the real early 2000s. But moving on past 2005, 6, getting into when I started in car sales in 2010, where I got introduced to like Grant Cardone, which nobody knew him at that time. It was just car guys only that knew who Grant Cardone was. And Les Brown was such a huge influence. I forget about Les Brown so much. He created my foundation on all this stuff. Man. And I see him every now and then with his little haircut, and I forget about him sometimes. But yeah, he's super huge, and everyone talks about Tony Robbins and whatnot.
Oh yeah, Tony Robbins is good,
and he is good. He is good. But I've taken a little bit from everybody, mixed in with my own experience, and just like amalgamated it in. Because I lost my father when I was young. I didn't have a whole bunch of male mentors, so I had a lot of these guys who I had audio tapes of, or CDs, or YouTube came along. So Les Brown was one of my dads, one of my distant mentors. So yeah, he's huge. I think it's just an amalgamation of everybody. And I'll tell you what, I hate to get spiritual on this podcast, but the best motivational speaker I ever heard in my life was when I went in the woods and I shut the hell up and listened to the internal. I listened to the still, small, quiet voice inside that said, "You actually can do this." I know the loud voice is like, "You can't do this. You suck."
That was the magic mushrooms.
Who do you think you can? Yeah, exactly. I was in Yellow Springs, Ohio when I first started listening to that, which is right around where Dave Chappelle lives right now, and there's a lot of mushrooms out there. But you know what? There is a motivational speaker inside. You got to be quiet sometimes. You got to listen to all this noise, and then there is a voice inside that you got to tune into every now and then. And it's really gentle. It's never telling you can't do it. It's always telling you this is possible. Move forward. It's always positive, but you have to shut up enough to hear it. It's hard because I like to talk and I'm loud, and it's hard to get quiet.
Honestly, that's how you have to be when you're an entrepreneur. And when we get back, we're gonna talk about how to be a new entrepreneur, how to leave the rat race and join the freedom of time, which we all want. Money is everything, but freedom of time is what we want. Snap crackle, here we are back on with Ryan Owens over here. And he's stepped out of his comfort zone. Mm-hmm. He started a new business, and now so many people out there are trying to figure out, how can I leave the rat race to be able to start my own business? How did you start it from the get-go? When it comes to, we got SunBiz, you got an EIN, you got so many working, so many working motions here that you're like, how do I find out? Was there a mentor that helped you out to try to get all this, or was it just you with the drive, with the hustle to keep moving on, just keep researching?
I'd like to say that I'm super powerful and I just hit the ground running and did it all, made my EIN and did all this stuff. But I invited people. I ask for help. Yeah. You have to ask for help. If you don't ask for help, good luck, bud. You have to ask for help. So I reached out and I said, I need some help. Like, I don't know how to do this SunBiz thing. Like, I got my guy, Make Hell down in Sarasota, who believes in me. And also we have some reciprocation. He needs some things that I'm going to do for him. I need his help right now. So I pulled in all the people, my supporters, people that want you to win will help you win. So you got to reach out for your network. You probably know everyone that you need to know right now. Networking's great. Yeah. But I swear to you, there's some people that you've neglected that will take you to the next level. You got to ask them and reconnect with them. So I had some people help with the EIN, helped with the stuff that I wasn't too good at. But I'll tell you what, one thing, because you just made me think of, was that you got to do something that you have a passion for. It can't just be a money-based business. It's got to be something that you care about to bring into the world. I don't think it's sustainable any other way. No. Because there's a lot of ideas out there to make money, and people they're making tons of money right now, but I already know that if I got into some of these things, I would burn out quick. Yeah. The money's coming in. I'm saying that without seeing those digits hit my bank account. But I just have a feeling sustained growth will be something that I put my passion into. So
and you hear that all the time, because passion is the main driver. If you are truly passionate about something, you have to do something until 3 a.m. because you love it so much. Yeah. You have no problem doing it. If you're not passionate about it, you're probably going to say, hey, fuck this. I don't want to do it. I give up. But because you're passionate, you continue, you persevere, you push through, and you don't stop. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be happy with everything you did. You have no regrets. And the money will come.
And you don't lose your enthusiasm, because I believe enthusiasm sells. Enthusiasm comes from a Greek word entheos. It means filled with the spirit of a God. Like if you don't show up to that presentation or that sales meeting, that contract signing without that enthusiasm, you might have worked your ass off, but that enthusiasm for living in your purpose will show, and that sells. Like people are attracted to enthusiasm, and you don't lose that with your passion.
No, I believe that all day, Ryan. When it comes to people that have made it and they're actually looking for the next big thing, they buy people, because
100%.
Yeah, because when it comes to people and you're excited, you're passionate about it, they're not going to look twice on that, because they're like, just like Shark Tank. I mean, when it comes to Shark Tank and people are, pitching their idea, whatever it is, those same, Cuban, Damon, they go, Mr. Wonderful, one of my favorites.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
They're like, we invest in people.
That's
the
right.
ideas, they can buy it. They have the money. So when it comes to seeing the energy that you have and that other people have when it comes to owning their own business, it goes above any idea.
Man, I'm just, you know what? I can serve energy for the February podcast and whatnot. I was a little tired earlier, but when it's showtime, it's showtime. That's the thing with video too, man.
Yeah.
You could be having a terrible day and you just have a little ritual to get yourself, do some damn jumping jacks, breathe, take some deep breaths, think about your child getting born, whatever it takes. Like before that record button gets hit, get ready. Cause I'm sort of a showman. I've learned to, before the podcast gets started, get your energy up. Before the record button gets hit, get your energy up. Because after this podcast, I might go down a little bit. I might just be chilling. But here,
that's fine.
I want to get, because it's showtime, baby. It's showtime.
Hey, Ryan, so can you tell us with your new business how you help small businesses?
So I really cater to businesses that, first of all, everyone needs video production.
Absolutely.
We all need video production.
In this day and age with TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, we were talking about this on the last podcast. When it comes to this new generation, this is the way.
This is where they get all their information.
There's no more
It's just
cold
video.
calling. There's no more cold calling. There's no more of this, and that. Social media is what controls.
If you do though, and you're interested in cold calling and you want to do that for the rest of your life, don't do video. Don't get started in video, because if you love cold calling, just stick with it. Just don't get started with video, okay? Because with video, you break through. You get to utilize 300,000 years or whatever of human evolution. Like, we connect with people face to face, and the only thing that mimics that better than face to face is video. So it utilizes all of that. And if you can tell a compelling story, a lot of people think that the words that you say are super important. They're about 10% of what people take in when they're watching your video. It's the enthusiasm, it's the confidence, it's the body language and whatnot. So words are cool. You got to be clear, concise, and compelling, but it's really about the confidence and whatnot. So I'm just trying to help people you hire these people. You put them through all these tests and resumes and all that, and you hire, then you hide them. Like, I want to help people bring out their best assets, themselves and their employees, to help them, because I direct too. For my premium clients, I'll come with the content. I know what content. I'll study the audience that they have. I'll bring the content. I'll direct people who are reluctant to get in front of the camera and direct them instead of just putting a piece of metal and plastic in front of their face. I'm there helping them get through that and develop them as a person that I might not be there for forever. And then we do the editing, of course, because that's the bane of everyone's existence, is editing these daggone videos, and then managing the social media. So I just had a client in New Tampa. We did 30 video assets. So that means there's a video going on every day on their social media, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. But we filmed 2 days for maybe about 7 hours or so.
But the editing took...
I'm pretty fast. I don't want people to know how fast I am, because then they expect.
We might have some work for you then if you're not edit that fast, because we need somebody to edit these podcasts.
Yeah, because editing these things, man, is a pain in the ass. It took me 4 hours to edit a 1 hour video.
Now, you take SD cards out of each one of these cameras and do multicam. So what you need to do is you need to get a Blackmagic switchboard and have somebody to sit aside, so when the person that's talking, put it on camera 2, put it on camera 3, so that when you get it out of the hard drive, it's already got those cameras.
We noticed that on the radio show. Whenever we go on, there's somebody sitting there, and they make it so.
Which right now it's just us three.
But yeah, you got to do it. You got to do with what you got. Yeah. So yeah, multicam editing it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah.
Do you think, Ryan, with the pandemic, that it fast forwarded how we're using video?
So much.
Yeah, Zoom. Look at Zoom stock, bro.
I mean, right?
Zoom stock is through the roof.
Because before,
Yes.
I mean, video wasn't as advantageous as it is now, but with the pandemic, Zoom, all this stuff, I feel like it fast forwarded the world.
Well, it changed everybody's consumer behavior, and an object in motion stays in motion. People are in motion with their thumbs on their devices. So you have to be there. You got to get out of obscurity. Obscurity level number 1, I don't know you. How the hell am I going to do business with you if I don't know you? So you first need to show up so I can know you. Second level of obscurity is I forgot about you because you just didn't follow up. You don't make consistent video. You did that one great video, hired a videographer, then you disappeared. You got to stay on there because the consumer behavior is the death scroll. And that's why we don't have time to introduce ourselves anymore. We can't say, hey, I'm Manny February with February Frameworks, and we're here to, I'm gone. I love Manny, but I got to go. Hey, are you tired of cell phone pictures for your, for your photography, put out that issue hook. You got to hook them in now. So, yeah, I mean, it's just everyone's on their devices and you've got to be there, and it has changed a whole lot. And there's also the psychological aspects of everyone was so distant from each other. So now when you're making one-to-one video, now people are connecting with people even more so because we were so distant, and you can kind of close in that gap a little bit with making those videos, those talking head videos where you're looking into the camera. You connect with people, and people are looking for a connection right now.
How do you think they connect with people? Because I see them a ton of times, like just tell me, do you want to learn how to, make more money on stocks?
Yeah.
What
You need the clickbait. That's what you need.
No, but I mean, what distinguishes everybody? Is it giving us something for free, or is it something that you're saying to distinguish yourself from everybody else that goes, hey, watch this video and I'll tell you how to make $10 million, because there's a million of them on YouTube.
Well, first of all, you don't make videos that there's not a need for. So you got to know that the video you're making, there's a need and an audience out there that needs to catch you. And if you're the person that hooks them in and keeps them through the video and invites them. See, so many people make content where they don't invite them to do anything. They don't have a call to action on anything. So the ones you're talking about are hooking them in, number one, because the audience member had a need for what they were talking about and they got to it quick. So they hooked me in and I didn't scroll. I stayed on it, but then they brought me to, they said, click here. Or they said, go to this website, or continue to follow me for more information, life-saving information that's going to change your freaking life. Whatever it is, they ask them to do something after the video instead of just, here's a bunch of free information, take it, see ya, bye. It's you got to bring them back into something. So you got to have somewhere for something for them to do.
A call to action.
You got to have a call to action. Yeah. And I wanted, in case I didn't have a chance to talk about this, for anybody who's getting into business, like, we got to stop making the educational content more than anything else. We've got to make offers. We've got to get feedback from the audience. So we've got to present something and invite them to make a yes or no decision on whether they're going to work with us or need us. Instead of making all this, no call to action, no yes or no feedback content. It's just a bunch of education here. Take this for free. I know that sounds like a good idea, but we got to get clients. We got to make content that's inviting people to do business with us, and more of that. A little bit of the educational content, more of the, hey, I'm here, I solved this problem, use me by calling this number or clicking this website or getting this free PDF, whatever it is.
So outside of your, you called it a Nifty 50, your network.
Right.
How are you acquiring clients outside of that Nifty 50?
Well, again, before I got into this business, I evaluated how many people need what it is I'm going to try and go out into the world and do.
Everyone now.
Yeah, so I just, there's timing, there's a little bit of luck. There's also just reading the marketplace and knowing that, the people that I'm in network with that already know, like, and trust me, have a need for this. And a lot of the people that have already entered the market before I got there have done well and ascended. Now their packages are very expensive, and they're servicing, they're traveling to Spain and doing videos, or their packages are $5,000 to $10,000. Now I have an entry-level portion in the market with a huge need, so I can start building up now. So it's also coming into the market where there's a space for you. And, utilizing my network, there's just a huge need for video right now.
So are you saying that outside of your network, it's probably referral based then, right? Is how you're acquiring the majority of new clients? Are you doing these videos that you're probably advertising on Facebook where you get them hooked in and then you provide them with an offer? Are you doing those things?
Yeah, well, not yet. What I have been doing is just making calls to people that I know that need this service. I'm getting into opportunities to either present at a meeting or get in front of more people. And really, I've just that nifty 50, I've called those 50 people and I've told them what I'm doing and I've asked, can we make something happen? I show them packages that I have, and there's been a lot of yeses because there's such a pent up need for it. So I'm not doing as much advertising.
Because you don't have to right now, yeah.
But I'm continuing to build up a portfolio now. A lot of the stuff that I've done has been for behind the scenes CRMs and websites of different like agents that I've worked with, my previous company specifically. But now I'm building up a portfolio right now, and I'm gonna start advertising more. But right now, because of the market research, because of the need, and because of the network that I haven't had to do a ton of research. I read this book called The Power of Who. If you've ever read it, or if you haven't, check it out, because it really explains that you really know the people you need to know right now, and it's about reaching out. And that's what I've done, and I think that's helped a lot because, there's a need. There's a need, and you got to have a good reputation too. So you treat people right. There's a need for your product, and you get out there, it's going to happen.
What's the next step in your business plan here? Because you have to eventually upsize, right? So do you have a list of subcontractors that maybe you're going to work with, or are you going to hire someone? Are you going to hire a video production specialist, a cameraman,
absolutely,
editing staff? Or I know you mentioned Fiverr and that. And things like Upwork, but like, what's the next step, Ryan? What is it that you want to achieve in, let's say, a year?
So I want to have video editors. I also, I want to expand upon the services that I'm doing and not have me burnt out by a year. My goal is to not be burnt out and crying on my bathroom floor in a year. Is really what I want to have happen.
It happens though, man. I'll tell you something that
we had to do it.
Yeah, when we did but here's the thing, at least we had each other to give each other like a little bit of
motivation. And we had Les Brown.
Yeah, we had Les Brown, but the thing is, our family, friends would be like, "Yo, are you seriously working through Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve and all this stuff?" And it's like, this is what it takes to be successful.
Yeah, there's gonna be some sacrifice. There's gonna have to be some blood spilled. There's gonna have to be some tears involved, and I haven't got to that point yet. Looking forward to it, but that's gonna happen. But I don't have all the perfect plans right now.
Yeah.
I see myself wanting to expand and be able to leverage other people to continue having the type of service that I want going out to clients. I never want to go
quality
too far, lack on quality and lack on service, because that's not where I'm going. I want to avoid that. So that's my plan, to avoid the lack of quality and service moving forward. That is by leveraging and hiring people probably ahead of time, probably taking a little bit less income to get people ahead of the rush, ahead of the build, because we're going to build. We're going to build. I'm going to stick in that mindset. So I need to hire an editor. I have this new software, Rec, where it's going to allow for me to kind of leverage software where you don't have to be so involved. I'm not the videographer.
Is it AI driven?
They're constantly innovating to bring AI into that, but it's a video email client. You guys are familiar with BombBomb and WeVideo and things like that, but it's also video testimonial software. So testimonials are huge, man.
Massive.
You got to have people tell your story. So this allows you to send out, and you can send out a message saying kind of what you want them to say. It'll allow them to use their webcam, and it'll automatically edit it with the company's logo on it, the non-copyright music, and automatically you have a fully edited video that comes back, video testimonial.
This is called Rec, RECC.
I got a lot of C's in there, so it's recccc.com because it's
triple C.
Because the whole thing is it's record, communicate, connect, convert. That's what the whole thing is. 4 C's.
4 C's.
So coming soon.
.com?
Literally .com. Yeah.
Can I go on it right now and download it? Or?
Man, I just got my DNS records finished up like 2 hours ago. So it's going to be live here very, very soon. First time I've ever talked about it. But hopefully I want to leverage some of that too, to not have to be so involved. I like the software game because you can kind of...
Oh, yeah, you can kind of step back and get that time.
Sell it. You can sell it. You can teach.
It's a SaaS model, right? Software as a service.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know much about SaaS stuff from my wife, but I think that sounds about right.
Hey, Ryan, so when it comes to all the platforms, you see TikTok as raising above all the other ones.
Yeah, it has. It already has. I think that it's already kind of taken the front seat for all the short form video, but they're actually trying to go more long form now. But you know what? I never recommend anyone having a favorite platform. I want us all to be omnipresent. That's why, having somebody that can repurpose your content, you want to put it on you want to be on YouTube Shorts, especially as a real estate agent and whatnot. Like
Facebook Reels, Instagram
Reels, YouTube Shorts, and you can do all that with one click of a button. Make a podcast.
Hero post.
Get on a podcast, long form piece of content. With all that we've talked about right now, if you get on one podcast, it's
chop it up.
You chop it up. You got a month's worth of content and get that out everywhere. But yes, don't forget TikTok. It's definitely a king right now when it comes to short form.
And when we get back, we're going to talk about how to deal with mental health, and then also keeping calm when starting a business. We'll be right back. And we're back with Ryan Owens. Right now, we want to discuss a little bit about, hey, we're starting a new business. Obviously, mental health is a big portion of this. Keeping calm. We got a lot of stresses. Like we talked with Ryan, is that you're starting a business with a family. And honestly, I can't talk on that because I was single when I started a business. It was a lot easier. I could work 24 hours. Nobody's relying on me right now. I'm just relying on myself with my brother. And how do you do it right now, Ryan? With just keeping calm, being able to keep your mental organization. How do you do it right now? What kind of tools do you have?
Well, I've had to learn some tools because a lot of us business people, we thrive on cortisol, just like adrenaline pumping through us all the time, and it really wears us down. So I've had to. I've learned some great techniques over the years that I think have been able to fuel me to stay centered, to have my edges sharpened, not dulled. A lot of us think that slowing down is going to keep us slowed down. I have slowed down to speed up. I have found the ability to slow down to speed up, and it's absolutely necessary. So a couple of things that I've introduced in my life are mindfulness, breath work. And I'll just touch on those two. Meditation, mindfulness and meditation can kind of be the same thing. We've got to take kind of a mental moment throughout our day. I highly recommend it for everyone. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I don't care if it's 1 minute, just to be, okay, we constantly have these thoughts going through our head. Got this deadline, got this coming up, projects due. The wife needed. I forgot the flour. I forgot the flour. forgot the milk. All these thoughts, just constantly, all day long. What do they say? 60, 70,000 thoughts a day. 90% of which can be negative, and we're just constantly running on that loop. The brain does what it does, but what I have learned is those thoughts aren't always me. Okay, I know this sounds a little strange, but when you sit down and you make a sitting practice, that means sitting still in a place that you designated that'll be distraction free for 5-10 minutes a day, and to sit there and breathe in through the nose. The best thing you can do is breathe in through the nose, and all of a sudden you're going to notice that monkey mind just going and going. All those thoughts that we just talked about, plus about 10,000 more, you're going to see them, and instead of entertaining them, instead of letting them allow the body to stress you out, instead of just labeling them and judging them and critiquing them or letting them take you off away from your focus, just allowing yourself to breathe, that's your anchor. And then you see these thoughts, you kind of be just aware for a moment instead of just entertaining them and being like, oh yeah, now I got to think about that. Like, just, I see the thought, I'm going to continue breathing. Come back to your breath. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out. Here's another thought. All right, that's cool. Keep going. Just like clouds in the sky, you got to let those thoughts go. People think meditation is not having thoughts. That is not the case. That'll never happen. Now, if you get hit by a bus, thoughts will probably stop. But during meditation, we don't lose our thoughts. We just lose the need to entertain them constantly because the brain is constantly giving us thoughts to be entertained by. We just take a few moments to just stick with our breath in and out, get the belly out, which I need to get a little smaller than it is right now. No. Yeah, that too. Later. But for now, this is your time to take a time out. And I swear I've learned because of that calmness and stillness and not being entertained by every little thought, for even just a little 10 minutes a day, it's sharpened my edge. Just keep me more centered. I can go in and sell better. I can be more present with my family and my business and stay more focused. We've got to take a time out. We've got to slow down to speed up. Man, so mindfulness.
I'll tell you something, Ryan. That happens to me every single day with how many thoughts that go to my through my mind, and to try to divide the negative and the positive thoughts is very tough, man. And that, I got to try that tool because
it's a lot of mental energy. So just allow the breath, just allow yourself to breathe. Take it in through the nose because you stimulate what's called the parasympathetic going through the nose. The sympathetic gets which is your fight or flight. That is your get charged up, breathing in through the mouth, get you charged up. Breathing in through the nose increases nitric oxide, which loosens up the vessels and also brings in this parasympathetic mode where you can calm down, rest and digest. And then you can just see those thoughts for what they are. Thanks for coming by. I thought about how I'm not good enough to bring this business to this empire I'm trying to create. Cool. Thanks for coming by. Breathe. I remember 5th grade. My teacher told you, you're an idiot. You'll never amount to nothing. Thanks for coming by, Mrs. Brown. Appreciate you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Back to the fuck out of here. Back to the breath. Back to the breath. So if you just can come back to the breath and not just constantly be entertained by those thoughts and taken away from them, if you do that and you practice it, it's called a practice. After a while, it'll start changing your life. You'll start seeing things differently. You'll start learning how to be calm in moments that you were normally amped up and ready to go, but you have to take 5 minutes out of your day to start with.
And honestly,
10 minutes.
And I honestly think that's what happens with a lot of people that are, stuck in the rut. I wouldn't say in the rut because, some people were meant to be bosses, but there's a lot of people that they have so many negative thoughts about what if I didn't work for this person. They're brilliant. Mm-hmm. But what did Les Brown say? Almost all the best ideas, you find them in the graveyard.
You take them to the grave with you.
Yeah, take them to the grave with you because nobody had the courage or the ability to step out of that circle of thinking negative.
They didn't want to act on it.
They didn't want to act on it, and they just let it die down with them. So you gotta jump out of that little circle and do it right.
But I mean, in my opinion, I think everybody can be a boss, but their own self-talk is what's telling them they cannot. That's really what it is. Because if you don't have the conscious awareness that you are going to do, if you have the conscious awareness that you are going to do something, that you are consciously giving an effort towards it, you will fail at it. Because most people, they just go day by day doing the same thing. Get in your car, maybe listen to a podcast that says, hey, you can do something, but they don't act on it because they're not consciously aware that they are living their life.
The biggest mistake that I saw with what you just said is that people wait on motivation. We love going to a seminar and getting pumped up. We love listening to a podcast and getting pumped up. Oh, fucking pumped! Yeah! Let's go! I'm in! That dies down every single time. We've all been there. We've experienced it. So guess what I found? I found that instead of motivation first and then action, I found that with action, taking action with no motivation creates motivation, which creates momentum. The more action you take, the more motivation comes to your life, and it sustains, and it builds upon itself in momentum. We're constantly waiting on motivation and being pumped up and feeling like it. It doesn't work like that, folks.
No.
You can't do that anymore. You do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And if you keep waiting on motivation, you will not take action because motivation is crap. I mean, it's good. I like motivation. I like the stimulus. It's entertaining. I feel good. I'm ready to go. But then it goes away because I didn't do anything. So if you act first, the motivation will come after that. And it'll build upon itself. Take a step. And do it scared. Do it uncomfortable. One thing I learned about being uncomfortable lately is that if you're not feeling awkward and uncomfortable, you're learning at a snail's pace. What I find that feeling awkward, like getting on video for the first time or starting that business, if you feel awkward, that's accelerated learning. That feeling of awkwardness that you feel is new synapses going on in the brain that weren't there before to turn you into a whole nother beast.
You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
You have to, and it sucks. It's not like it's cool. I'm not going to say that you're going to feel great about it. You're going to feel uncomfortable. Remember what that feels like? It sucks.
Yeah, it's really...
But it's the price you pay for being able to get to that next step. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, just don't even do it.
Well, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, your life is probably driving a straight line.
That's all. Your path is straight. You're just going to be the same.
You wake up, you go to work,
person.
You have kids, and then you die. That's what it is.
This is what I want to know from Ryan. What point, and I want you to elaborate as much as you can.
All right.
What point was it in your life, hour of the day, where you were like, I'm tired of, working for somebody else or building somebody else's dream. My dream, I want to build today. Well, what day, what time, what was that moment like?
Well, it was several moments that happened where, when you're a good salesman or a good marketer for a business, you bring in more business, hopefully, if you're doing it well, and you build up someone else's business, their dream. Because when you're fired or something happens to you or they screw you out of a deal or you bring in business that they start making other connections with and leave you out of it or all these different things, you realize like I'm building up someone else's dream. What about my dreams? I'm not just the guy who just jumps from business to business and builds it up and leaves. Why don't I build up a business? So it was several times where there was just this realization that I have skills. I'm looking at these leaders, and not like I'm judging them to be less than, but I can do what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I might even be able to do it better because I've been following Les Brown. I've been paying attention to the biggest businessmen around the country because of the internet. I'm able to be a silent mentor of a lot of different people, and I feel this call from God. I feel this. I can do this. Like, I need to stop being here. I need to go, and I have to give it a chance, because if I don't, I might just die with that song still left in me and that I never sang. I'm gonna die with just this paycheck, because guess what? That business that you're in right now, if you die, you're replaced within 2 weeks. They're gonna cry. They might bring you some flowers to your funeral. You're forgotten about within weeks.
Yeah, because it's all about what you did today, not about yesterday or last week.
They will replace you.
Yeah.
And it's
they
just,
might replace you while you're alive too. You're the CEO, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? We don't like this guy. You're done, son.
And they can decide that. That doesn't happen when you own your own business, but also you're falling into other people's plans. And what I have found is they don't have much planned for you.
Hell no, they don't.
No, you got to make your own plans, and you just have to believe that it's meant for you. And you know if it is, because you're listening to this right now and something's crawling at you right now. And you're like, oh, you're right, damn it.
Yeah,
you're right.
I gotta stop doing this, man. But it's tough because, I mean, the comfortability, like you said, of having a paycheck show up every 2 weeks or every week. How do you get rid of that?
Well, I did it. I'm a crazy man, and I do things a little crazy sometimes, but I wouldn't recommend. I have my own path. You got to know what's right for you, but there's also the ability, that side hustle thing, it's a real thing. Like, if you work from such and such time to such and such time, you want to work on your business after work, you got to set aside some time to start creating some momentum for a business that could eventually become your main thing. But for me, it's just that I knew I had the network. I knew I had all the equipment. I knew I had the know-how, and I knew that I had slowly but surely started knocking away some debts and things that would give me an open runway to get, if I ran, that I could be in the race. So, but for others, you might need to start that side thing and make sure you build up some momentum and some contacts and some testimonials, and then start building from there. But it's all possible. Like, however you play chess, it's not the same thing. You're going to get to a checkmate and make a lot of different moves than I will. Exactly. You just got to play the game.
Do you know what? If video production doesn't work out, you should just be a motivational speaker.
All right, screw it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're talking about motivation. We're talking about conquering our ideas. He's going to fucking roll out with his cock out, all right?
There we go. You know what? I am. You're right. But you know what? I'm okay with things not working.
You make me want to do things that I don't want to do.
Jack of all trades. They never gave me the full quote. They said, Jack of all trades, master of none. I said, well, that's damn.
That's not the full quote.
I'm a jack of all trades. It's not. No, it took me years. I didn't know that until like the last year and a half or 2 years. It's a jack of all trades is a master. Jack of all trades, master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one.
Yep.
There's the full damn quote. Yep. It's okay to be a jack of all trades. So you know what? I got a couple skills. It's not just one thing, and that's great. I got a GED, folks. Like, I didn't graduate high school.
Doesn't matter. You don't need it.
I grew up in a cult. Okay, I had a drug problem for a long time. I was drinking like a madman. I was serving beers and, having the time of my life till 4 a.m. for years and years on end. Like, I had a lot of things that I could have not been.
The past does not dictate where your possible future is.
Never.
I mean, let's take a look at Ray Kroc, right? Ray Kroc tried over and over and over again. The founder, right there. And then, bro, what was he? 59 when he finally made it.
There's so many of those stories.
Yeah, so life isn't dictated by your age. It's dictated by your perception, how you're able to get through those failures. Because what's the quote? Fail fast. If you fail fast, you learn fast, which means you can succeed even quicker.
Man, I just I feel like Gary Vee has switched his whole platform to just telling old people, like, you can absolutely do it. Everything. And it's been great because I'm like, you can, like, this whole age concept and all of that. First, speaking of age, I used to think, I don't know about you guys, but I used to think middle age was like 50,
it's
55.
35.
Bro, nobody told me that. All of a sudden, I had a midlife crisis like a few weeks back. I'm like, holy crap. I'm midlife already.
Yeah.
We're there, man.
But check this out. I was doing this. So 35 is midlife, right? But you really don't get your freedom until 18. So already a quarter of your life has been taken. And then from 18 all the way to 35, that's when you start, learning things. So right now we got 50% of our lives. And how much have we lived already? Quite a bit and learned a lot. So now our last 50% should be astronomical. It should be full of achievement and should have nothing but wonderful things as long as you have a positive attitude.
I think the 40s are going to be the best decade of my life because
I think so too,
because these to see where I've come from the hooligan that I've been in the past, but always curious and always knew there was potential for more. I was open to that. But 40s with all that I have learned, I mean, that's the truth. I wish I could give
and what you have to lose.
Young kids an understanding of, man, there's so much that are going to happen moving forward. There's so much you're going to learn. There's so much more advantages you're going to have and opportunities that you didn't even imagine or conceive of. Like, I've got the knowledge now that I'm going to take with me, and I think 40 to 50 is going to be money.
How old are you, Ryan?
So I just turned 38.
38? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you look younger than I do.
Yeah.
Man, it must be the lotion. I don't know.
Damn, that fucking Sarah dog.
Yeah.
My wife's
It's
always
that
like, put that
suave.
shit all over your body. I'm like, yeah, I still look ugly as fuck, dog.
I got grays popping all the time under this hat, though, man. But yeah, I've learned some things, and you know what? I there was times where I didn't think that I was going to amount to much or didn't know what the future looked like, and we've, again, 100% survivor. We've survived 100% of it, and life goes on, and while you're still breathing, you're still waking up, there's an opportunity to break the habit of being who you've been.
I mean, 100% correct.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it goes back to the education. I don't know your take on it, Ryan, but I feel like education at this point, and we've had other podcasts where we talked about this, it was just like, it's not everything, because you can learn so much
on
off
YouTube.
the internet, YouTube or whatever. So does education, going to college and fabricating to what everybody else has done over the years, the way to go?
Yeah, because did you get any education on how to use that from a institution?
No.
Hell no. All
because
of it's online.
It's a money fucking grab.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because if we really wanted to tailor what kids of this generation want to be,
It's crazy. Do not let school get in the way of your education.
no,
Don't even go to fucking
Look, the school is that's not a conspiracy theory to know. School was created years and
factory
years ago
workers.
for factory workers, for 40-hour plus workers. All they want to do is create workers. They've taken all. You don't have.
That's why they line up the desk in rows, right?
Yeah, it's conformity.
And then they give you a grade because A is the best grade for a product being produced. It was started in the 1920s.
It's wild
Yeah,
how
man.
far behind we are on what we know about for what skills are actually needed for children and how different children learn audio visually. I mean, boys need to be out moving stuff. They need to be sitting there for 7 hours, and you're going to prescribe everybody with ADHD. That boy is supposed to be sitting there for 7 hours. You nut?
Yeah, no,
And teach about business. How come in all schools, all public schools, they don't teach about business? Think about that, because what they're trying to do, like you said, create worker bees. That's what they want. Because,
like with Ford, right? Henry Ford, he created the 9-to-5 system.
yeah, he standardized
I
it.
mean, this is all facts here. We're not. This ain't conspiracy hour. This
No,
is all
it's not.
facts.
Yeah, and
in
if
the
you,
building
if
right
you
now.
disagree, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Write us a strongly worded email, and we will print it out and burn it.
Or wake the fuck up. You know?
Yeah, or that. That's
Hold
ideal.
on, before I piss everybody off, like, subscribe, and comment below.
Now go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. All
right.
Yeah, so when we get back, we're gonna touch base on how to just like live in Tampa, be the best you can be in this metro. We have a fast growing, rapid population, and along with social engineering, why do people not experience the moment? Right now, they capture everything on their phone, but you could be right in front of Tiger Woods and you won't even experience the moment because you're too focused on your screen capturing it. We'll be back. So I'm trying to improve on my intro and outro because I'm a fucking idiot.
That's going to be in the video.
But anyways, look, do you have a business out there and you're just like feeling like, man, I'm not good in front of a camera, or I can't really show off how my business is? Welcome to the fucking 22nd century or the 23rd century. Everything's video. We got TikTok, social media, everything.
21st.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. Look.
Hey, he's thinking ahead.
Yeah, you gotta think ahead. It might be fucking hydro. What is it? No,
That's gonna be AI rules the world, Terminator style. We're all gonna die.
What is it called? The little things. The little things. Like the
Fiji
Star Wars. No. The Star Wars when they had the hieroglyphics or whatever. When people used to pop up.
I want whatever you're smoking.
I haven't smoked it yet. Yeah. But the holograms. I'm talking about the holograms.
Oh, the holograms. Yeah, those are coming.
You know, so eventually they will come.
They had that at Coachella with Tupac.
I don't know if you guys ever watched.
I saw that.
That was cool.
Have you guys ever seen Upload? The Upload?
No, I have not.
Oh my god.
What's that?
So basically
It's
it's a show on Amazon, and after you die, they give you the option to either go to heaven or to upload
your consciousness.
It's almost
or whatnot?
your consciousness to a world that you can still feel everything. You know, like be able to like change your clothes.
See, that's why people are in the now. You just described it. They're thinking about after death and transfer my consciousness.
Yeah, you know, they freeze everybody.
Volleyball.
That's what Elon Musk is going to do, bro. Think about it with Neuralink. He's already planning that shit because they're going to implant a little microchip to help people walk again, be able to hear again, see again. I mean, that's what Neuralink is going to do.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some really cool stuff.
I think we're living in an age of an explosive technological growth, in my opinion.
No, and we're gonna experience a lot as millennials.
Would you be uploaded or go to heaven?
No, I would go upload. But either way, you know, for business owners, Ryan, how the fuck do they get out of their comfort zone and get in front of that video to promote their business? Because they could have something so niche that they're just like hiding it and they could explode at any moment.
Well, there's still this lag between traditional marketing and digital marketing right now in video because, I mean, since 2018, about 43%, it's declined from traditional marketing, commercials, magazines, different type of stuff. Yeah, so it's come down quite a bit, and people are still like just lagging behind. They've used a lot of traditional marketing, which doesn't require any self-esteem. I don't have to feel worthy or like worry about how I look or sound when it comes to putting a print ad out or something like that, or making a commercial where I've got a bunch of stock footage and maybe hired a voiceover guy or something like that. But now you really have to step up. People want to know you. People expect to see the owners these days. They expect to see the employees these days. They're getting accustomed to that. And right now, I'm gonna let you off the hook. First of all, if you don't want to be on video, like that's fine. But in your hiring process for whatever employees that you're bringing on from here on out, make it a part of that, not resume, but those questions. Are you willing to market our business and show our day-to-day operations and product and services via video and be a regular marketer for this business? So hire people that are younger people or older. It doesn't matter. Just make that part of your hiring process that you don't have to do video. Someone at your business has to be doing video. So find some employees that are going to be comfortable with spreading your message, telling your story, inviting people, show it how the widget works, show them how to,
or outsource it because
outsource it. You can hire, you can get influencers or whatnot, and invite them in to promote your product and whatnot.
Hire Ryan Owens.
That's what I'm saying.
Hire me,
outsource it. Yeah,
sure, absolutely.
Obviously, if you want a spokesman, this guy can talk for days.
You should be on every commercial, man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, I will help out if you need. I will. You tell me about your business. If I love it, let's do it. I'll sign a contract today.
So Ryan, how do you convince like let's say you're at a business and how do you convince a traditional marketer to switch over to the new age generation of marketing?
Really easy.
First question: Have you been online?
No.
Oh
no, that's not. That's what he's saying.
I'm going to ask the business owner. Have you been online at all
That's
lately?
what I'm saying. I'm going to say no.
WWW.
He's going to say no. He's going to be like, no, I haven't been online. What the fuck is online?
I'm going to say, sir, I really can't help you. I'm going to move on to the next older guy because we can't recover from you. If you've never been online, I don't even know what to tell you, bud. But again, there are people who haven't been online and who haven't never made a video who are very successful. Is that going to be you? Probably not.
No.
So, but you can increase sales. You can increase the know, like, and trust factor. You can increase the reluctance for people to, especially like, I like to bring back to real estate because I've been such an insider for years. Like, cold leads, okay? You got all these drip campaigns going out, all these text, faceless digital communication is going out. Same black text on that white screen, everyone's sending it, different variations. Now here you come with your ugly mug. And I want to invite the ugly people to start doing video and the people that sound terrible, because guess what? There is tens of thousands of people in the marketplace that are tired of the pretty people. We're tired of the well-spoken people. There is a marketplace for your ugly mug. So get out there, because there's people that are going to identify with you and want to do business with you because your ugly ass got on camera.
And that's crazy because people want to give other people a chance.
That's actually good.
And honestly, I mean, some of the older business owners, I mean, you got to think about it. They're
Morgan and Morgan.
And you're not ugly, by the way.
No.
I say that facetiously, kind of I'm not really calling.
But look, I mean, they're all based off of referral-based businesses. But think about it: you have a referral-based business that's been in business for 20 years, and you're not going to give another opportunity to grow your business for generational wealth a chance. You're being small-minded.
Well, the numbers are there too. I mean, people that are utilizing video, there is data to back up that there's more click-throughs, there's more replies. There's 90% of people using video that are staying in contact with their client, past, present, and future better. There are more cold leads being revived and ghost leads coming back from the dead because of a person showing up. Because people respond to people, people buy from people, people like people. People don't, your home that you're selling is a commodity. You are the business. You're the brand. You're the person that's convincing people to use you, and going from one-to-one to one-to-many. Any business owner that can get face-to-face, that is a winning strategy.
I think you said it earlier, which was probably the best statement. You have to be omnipresent, right?
Omnipresent, yes.
That's what it is.
You got to be omnipresent everywhere. You got to cast a wide net out there. Now, there are some advantages to just going all in on one platform like YouTube, because it's the second most searched. It's the second search engine in the world, backed up by the first search engine in the world, Google. Yeah. So and you got to make content and stuff. Stop making sales process content. So that's one thing, because you may have made some content. It was sales process content. I'll go back to real estate.
What do you
agents.
mean by sales process content?
I'm glad you asked.
For our audience.
I'm glad you asked, because a lot of people are making bottom of funnel content. So when I'm telling you about escrows, I'm speaking to the person at the bottom of the funnel who's probably already under contract. I'm giving you information, content, education about the bottom of the sales process.
You want top of funnel.
Top of funnel. Be an area ambassador. Why move to Tampa? 5 things you didn't know about Tampa. Cost of living here in Tampa. Pros and cons of living in said neighborhood. Become the area ambassador. Tell people what they want to know while they're starting their search to move to Tampa or to find a real estate agent. Start at the top of the funnel. A lot of people are making sales process content for people that are probably already under contract. I don't want to hear what happens at the closing table. I just started thinking about buying a house. I don't care about that. You're losing me. But at the top, where you're giving me information about what I'm starting my search with, then I can go down the journey with you. But you got to make that type of top sales funnel content.
What's the next action after top of funnel, right? Because
middle.
Now nurturing, right?
Nobody talks about the middle, and I don't much either, because I'm a content creator. So I'm talking about the top, so we can have a middle. So at the middle is getting people on your email list. It is getting followers and that you can have conversations with. The whole point in video is to create conversations. That's what we're doing. We want to have conversations with someone who has a problem that you have a solution for. So in the middle is making phone calls. In the middle is having a process to send out that email list, relevant information to help them along that process. So we got to kind of map out where we're going from that initial top funnel to getting to closing table. And we start sending out relevant, staying in front of them, staying top of mind, not everything's going to be a video. No, so you don't want to fill your CRM with just video stuff. You got to put some
But you don't just do video, right? Because what it sounds like, honestly, in my opinion, is you're a marketing agency. That's what it sounds like. That produces video content, and you direct your clients on how to best succeed in their campaign. Would that be about accurate?
I mean, I want them to resonate with their audience. I don't want them to speak a whole lot and not catch anybody's attention because they don't know who they're talking to. So I want to help people recognize who their marketplace is, how they think, who they are, what their age range is, what makes them tick, and then speak to that and have that content be able to bring them into your sphere and get them to the closing table. Or have a friend. Hell, even if I don't make a sale, I got somebody who I can, I don't know, maybe make a connection with.
Have a referral.
That's good too.
Yeah,
have a referral from someone else because, hey, I like this guy. don't have a reason to use them right now, but I've been following this guy forever, and he's awesome, and he's got some great content. You should give him a call. Like, all this stuff can happen.
Ryan, what do you think about, when you were talking about the free education, what do you think about a lot of the TikTokers just putting out free education about, it doesn't have to be about videos, but just like any topic.
It could be about stock trading.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever
I mean, I don't see them, the hardest part for them is I don't know how they're monetizing their business.
They monetize through subscribers and followers, and then the ads play from whatever platform they're going through. Like YouTube, the way that you monetize the channel is to allow YouTube to play 30-second ads, maybe 1 or 2 on the video. And anytime someone views past, I think it's like 5 seconds or something like that, they get a portion of whatever the ad rev that the person paid to YouTube to you.
No, nobody should be selling information anymore. There's information available everywhere. I'll use my guy Todd Collins up in Baltimore. He's a social media agency as well. Does a lot of speaking, but he gives it away everyone the whole sink, the kitchen, and everything. He gives it all out for free. Now, how he monetizes is he has an agency. When you realize I've given you all this information, but you're not going to do it.
They don't use it.
It's nice to know. You think you get yourself juiced up. You're gonna and Todd, tell me if I'm wrong, but he gives out all this information for absolutely for free, tons of it, great relevant information. But he knows people. I know people. I get what people are gonna. Oh, great! I feel all knowledgeable.
1% of people are going to use what
they're going
to
call Todd because they know her expertise, and he's got the tools to bring about what they're motivated to do but can't and won't. Yep. And then they call Todd because Todd will get it done.
Because Todd knows.
When it's time for them to get it done, they call Todd.
Yep.
Todd gives away everything, and he knows that people aren't going to be able to duplicate. He can give away everything. They can't be him. They can't inspire people the way he does.
They probably don't have the time either.
They don't have the time, and then when it comes time, they're going to call Todd. Todd's top of mind. He's been giving away free information.
That's why they've been doing it all. I think a lot of people have just been giving free content away because of that fact. They know the person receiving the information really doesn't want to fucking do the work anyways.
No, absolutely not. But Todd will. Todd has created a company. Todd has tools. Todd has the know-how, obviously, because he's been giving me every single thing. He's an encyclopedia. But I know he's got it done. His company brings to fruition those dreams. So I'm going to call Todd.
What's Todd's company? What's it called?
Todd's company is
okay, I put you on the spot there.
I forgot. I was trying to draw it. What does that look like? Beam Media. Beam Media is up in Baltimore, Maryland. Look up Todd Collins Official on TikTok, Instagram. You'll find him. He's awesome. He's got longer hair. He's constantly putting out free information.
How can people find you?
So you can find me on Facebook. Look up my name, Ryan Owens. I've got on Instagram my full government name because I'm real transparent. Ryan Robert Owens on Instagram, and Rhino Creative Media on TikTok.
Is Rhino spelled the way?
No. Great question.
Yeah, there you go.
RYNO, which is kind of my nickname growing up.
Rhino.
My name's Ryan O. So Rhino just came a natural way, and people call me Rhinos, and it's my spirit animal. Yeah, but it's not RHINO. It's RYNO. Creative Media. Rec.com. RECCCC. It's 4 C's. It's for recording, communicate, connecting, and converting at a high level. That's coming soon too. We'll tell you more. But stay tuned. Follow me. I'll give you some free information too that you won't use, and then you can get a hold of me when you're ready.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the biggest thing is when you hear Ryan talk, he's passionate about this. A lot of people are just in it for the money, but at the same time, you got to look at who you hire, and this guy's got the face that's going to sell your business.
Well, maybe I need to get my face. I need to get from behind the camera a little bit more, though, and get out in front,
Well, that's what you're doing. You got your little camera set up.
That's true. I want to get a little pieces of content.
But Ryan, how do when you get across a business owner that he tells you or she tells you, my face isn't likable. What do I do?
That's not really a thing, is it?
I mean, some people feel like they're not likable.
I mean,
that's a hard.
Do you hire an actor?
Question.
Do you have
a lot of options. You have a lot of options. First of all, you got to recognize you're always your biggest critic. And the cool thing about making videos is you don't make them for yourself. You don't make a video and then send it to yourself and watch it alone. And you make a video for you.
I do that.
You make a video for the public to tell them a story and inspire them that you can solve their problem. So you got to be. I can't make everyone feel worthy, but there's options. There's hire a local personality. There is using stock footage.
What do you think
voiceovers.
About that? Like hiring spokespeople, trying to get a Bucks player or a Rays player.
They do it all the time.
Do you think that works for businesses the same as if the owner's there?
I think so, because look at all the pill commercials that you see. It says not an actual customer portrayed by an actor, right? And then they're like just going through it.
If you have a service that is needed and there's an influential person that you can get to buy into your product, or you can pay to buy into your product and do that, I think that could be very
you think
valuable.
it's better, right?
Look at it.
I don't know if it's better, but I do know that it works. Because I really believe in the business owner. I believe the business owner whose grandfather started this business in 1902, and now you've taken over the reins. I think you deserve to continue your legacy in this modern way and show people your story and why you exist to help people solve their problems. So I really think you should be doing it. I don't know if it's better, but it does work.
Okay.
It does work. Yeah, so there's options.
That's the biggest thing, because I've seen all these like paid actors or athletes and all that. And
it works.
But that shit works. It's like, LeBron's using it. I want it. Tom Brady's using it. I want it. I mean, that's kind of
but can you afford Tom Brady right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you afford LeBron? Can you afford? I mean, you're gonna afford like maybe
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. I mean, that's what I was thinking for a little bit.
With your hiring process, just find some people that believe in your product or your service, that are willing to get behind video and utilize them. If you can get a whole staff of marketers that believe in your business and put out good marketing, dude, that's like the best thing that can happen to your business.
Ryan, you just got to pay them a lot, though.
Ryan, as our expert contributor,
get those entry level people that are really enthusiastic.
Upwork, Fiverr,
dude. As an expert contributor on our show, what's the last thing you wanna let our listeners know? You know, like, what's the last thing you can leave us with?
I just want you to do it scared, because you're going to be scared. Whatever you're trying to get into this new business, you're trying to get the fear of breaking through the camera and telling your story. It's all going to be scary. Do it anyway. I know that sounds easy to say, but if you just break through that and take that action, the motivation is going to come, and then it gets easier and easier. But the rite of passage, the price of entry is feeling scared and uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Just do it.
Fail fast.
Fail fast, man. I'll tell you something. We really appreciate you having you on, Ryan, and
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Follow.
We're gonna have all his socials down in the comment area, guys. So make sure you follow Ryan Owens with what is it? Rhino Creativity.
Rhino Creative Media.
Yeah, there you go.
But hey, if you guys have any comments, ask, and we'll get you in contact with Ryan. We really appreciate you being on here.
Thanks, Manny.
Ryan.
Thanks, Sean.
And we're gonna have you on as many times as we can.
I'll come back. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Happy Hour Holidays.
Hey!
We're coming.